totally excluded out of view.
Yeah.
Because the infancy parties are over. We're all going to see how these swimmers are doing, no matter how bad. And it's the same here. The same principle apply.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, obviously
Pass it on.
today's the last day, but that's what I was going to say to you. We've got TV.
It's important that we ensure every child learns to swim for safety, health, fitness and fun.
I think it's really good bonding with your baby. I think you get that kind of, they completely rely on you in the water and you're supporting them. And it's also knowing that they're going to then have that life skill to take on with them, I think is really important. So it's quite nice knowing that you're doing that for your child.
We've been coming to swimming lessons for about a year now, and when Sam started swimming he just wasn't confident at all. He was holding on to me, and we went to the baby and parent classes to start with, and then we've progressed to here, and his confidence, what he can do now in the water is amazing.
I think it's really important on a family aspect being able to swim so that your children can be safe with you, because if you're uneasy in the water, that's then portrayed over into your children as well. They pick up quite easily on that.
As a head teacher, I have to say I'm truly passionate about the children's swimming. In my 20 years here, it's the one sport that children have been involved in that I can truthfully say I have seen them grow and blossom in confidence in front of my eyes.
Going through, they're doing lessons from babies and then onwards, and then they get to that stage where they have all these skills. Then it opens up things like we have water polo groups that children go into, synchronised swimming and diving, because you can't try these things without being able to swim, so it opens up a huge amount of doors.
It's really important for children with disabilities to learn to swim. It can get them out of a wheelchair, it can get them supported in the water, enjoying the freedom of movement, and they're unique, these children, and they're on their own special journey. You know, and it's really important that the swimming teachers take them as far as they can on that journey.
I think it's important that every child learns to swim, one from a safety aspect. As they get older, it's important that they know how to be safe in water, and two, the health benefits from swimming are incredible. Children's respiratory systems become stronger, their hearts are working, they're getting that exercise that they need, and they're learning all these life skills that encourages them to stay healthy throughout their elder years as well.
To swim age 5 at my local pool, and believe it's important for every child in Scotland to be given the opportunity to learn to swim before they leave primary school.
We need your support at both a local and a national level to ensure every child can swim in Scotland.
I love swimming.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 5th and final day of the 2014 Scottish Gas National Age Group Championships, brought to you by event partners Aberdeen Sports Village and our sponsors Scottish Gas, Speedo and Scottish Salmon, and with the support of Sport Scotland. I'm Duncan McKinnell, and I'll be taking you through the action today, and with me in the commentary box this morning is Mark Campbell. Good morning once again, Mark.
Morning, Duncan.
We had a fantastic day swimming yesterday and culminating in some wonderful finals. Some highlights from you, Mark?
Well, to start off with, Katie Stark's 200 freestyle was probably the first great swim of the night. She really used her sprint speed in that the last 50 and powered through to the victory.
Yeah, we had some debate about who was the favourite for that, and I certainly went for Samantha Caulfield, but in the end, Stark was pretty strong there.
Yeah, she just held her time, took it quite steady down the first 150 and really blasted down the last 50.
We had a number of great 200 freestyles, but following that was the 100 breaststroke, and thrilling 15-year-old final there. Craig McLean's been almost unbeatable throughout the week, but he was beaten last night in the breaststroke.
Yeah, Cameron Muir's an incredible talent, such a technician in the breaststroke, and he was able just to come through. Craig McLean was doing his best to get the win, but Cameron came through in that second 50 really strong.
And that reaction at the end, just fantastic. Just shows how much he wanted to win that one.
Yeah, it's great to see so much desire to get to the wall, and absolutely elated when he looked up the board.
We moved on to the backstroke girls after that, and in the 13-year-old age group we had Lexi Waller and Neve Ritchie head-to-head, the two Edinburgh girls. Now Neve Ritchie won the 200, so Lexi wanted revenge here.
Yeah, you could see when Lexi finished, she's going for the wall so hard. She looked up at the wall, same as Cameron, looked up at the board and absolutely delighted with the victory. Such a big smile.
Yep, so that was an excellent one. And then in the same event, the 17 and over age group, we had a pretty star-studded cast there. Lawson Hope, Miley Simpson, Kirsty Simpson coming through.
Yeah, maybe a little bit unexpected. Kirsty getting back to some of the form she's seen in maybe a few years back, but that was a great swim from her. She was absolutely elated with that because there was so much emotion after the race.
And of course we've been finishing off these final sessions with relays, and we had 3 relays last night. The girls 15 to 8 medley relay may be the highlight for me, and that Carnegie team, Simpson, O'Donnell, Bruce and Caulfield. Samantha Caulfield there bringing them in. What a terrific foursome they are.
Yeah, I think it shows that, you know, obviously those 4 are fantastic swimmers, but it shows the depth that Carnegie have got in their squad just now as well. Not just a credit to the 4 that were in the relay, but across their whole squad, they're really strong right now.
Yeah, we saw East Lothian second there, and they were a tasty team, but Carnegie really had the better of them throughout pretty much. And so that was just some of the highlights from an excellent day yesterday. We're looking for more of the same today. We start off with 200 breaststroke for the girls, followed by boys 200 IM, girls 100 butterfly, boys 100 freestyle. There should be some fast swimming there. Another British age group record maybe.
Yeah, Craig McLean, he had a good relay swim last night. 51.9 I think he went. 51.5 is the age group record, so we'll see if he can get down around that mark. I think he's definitely capable of doing it. So.
And ending that with the 1500 freestyle for girls, not often getting a chance to swim that, so good opportunity for the distance swimmers there. Remember that you can interact with us. We'd love to hear what you think. Hashtag Snags14 for your tweet, and remember that you can catch up all the action through Instagram /Scottish Swimming, SoundCloud as well. Here, lots of interviews with a lot of the successful swimmers over the week, and a huge number of photographs of all shapes and sizes, just capturing the atmosphere and the achievements here on Flickr. So check out all of those as you settle down in front of your screens, your iPads, with your cup of coffee, and enjoy an exciting morning session. Just commenting through the pool tannoy there on the position of the top clubs, and tell you it's still Warrender ruling the roost with 1 day to go, so they'll be delighted if they can get top club back. But we're just about ready to go now, and our first event is the girls 200 breaststroke. We've got 5 heats to go here, and 4 swimmers in this first heat. Emily Eason of Stirling goes in 4, Megan Smith of South Lanarkshire in 5, Rebecca Matthewson of Stirling in 6, and Louisa Sinclair of Carlisle Aquatics in 7. 2:58 and 3:00, the entry times here. Swimmers all in the 14 age group. And they'll be looking to improve on their times.
200 breaststroke, you really have to watch not to go out too fast. As soon as you start to tie up in breaststroke, it becomes so difficult. So you got to get your pacing spot on for this one.
Obviously, Mark, you're best known as a breaststroke sprinter, but you must have done 200 plenty of times in competition.
Yeah, I've done the 200 a few times. Not so much long course, but definitely short course. Tried it a few times. Some interesting swims, we should say, but some not so bad.
And it is then about pacing, particularly the first half, I guess.
Yeah, if you got to be able to get to the 100, get to the halfway mark, and be able to pick it up from there.
And leading the way in lane 7 is the girl from just over the border in Carlisle, Louisa Sinclair, and she turns 1:27.22. Leads by 7/10 from Megan Smith, with Rebecca Mathewson in 3rd place. A good history of Carlisle swimmers coming and competing in Scottish competitions. Always a welcome addition to the programme. They've had a number of strong swimmers over the years. And Louisa Sinclair is continuing to lead this. In fact, she's extending her lead somewhat as they come towards the 150. So she looks to have judged this nicely. 2:13.12. With 50 to go, so around about 46 seconds split, so she can pick up the pace down this last length.
Yeah, she's still looking strong, keeping her stroke really nice and stretched out.
So she has the slowest entry time, 3:00 of the 4 swimmers, so will certainly be looking to duck under 3 minutes here.
Yeah, she's looking good now, stretching away from the field.
The South Lanarkshire swimmer Megan Smith is looking good for second, ahead of the 2 from Stirling. But it is Louisa. She's about 5 metres clear now, coming into the final 5. So this is going to be her race. She is going to go under 3 minutes, 2:59.03. So improves by just over a second. Megan Smith second, 3:03.22, and Emily Eason 3:05.18. So it's day 5, of course, Mark. So they've been here a long time. They've been swimming a lot. Will there be tiredness here today?
There will be tiredness, but at the same time, there's also a lot of adrenaline still running through from probably good swims that they've done this week. So it can work in 2 ways. Sometimes it can encourage them. Sometimes they just feel the pressure, knackered.
On to Heat 2, Ailsa Duthie of City of Aberdeen in 1, Kate Storey of Helensburgh in 2, Meg Patterson of City of Aberdeen in 3, Ailsa Timoney of Warrender in 4, Heather Lees of First in 5, Kelsey Robertson of Carnegie in 6, Laura Harrison of Highland in 7, Victoria Reid of Mulgai and Bearsden in 8, Katie Gillies of Highland in 9, and Lucy Allen of First in 10. Centre times in this one, 2:51 up to 2:56. Nice start in lane 3 from local girl Meg Patterson.
Yeah, I think Meg picked up a medal in the 100 breaststroke, so expect her to have a decent swim.
Although, in fact, getting the touch is the Highlander, 38.66 for Laura Harrison. She's in lane 7. Silver cap. Meg in lane 3. These two pretty close. Laura, I think, still with about a meter's advantage, maybe. 3rd place is fairly close. I think might be Victoria Reid in 8, although coming through in 5 now is Heather Lees of First. Well, Meg now closing the gap, maybe just gone past Laura. Halfway point, it is Meg Patterson now, 1:22.65, up by half a second. And around about 4.5 seconds faster than the first heat at the halfway point. 3rd now, Heather Lees. Kate Storey coming up in lane 2. But Meg looks to be grabbing hold of this heat.
Yeah, she seems to be moving away. Laura's just kind of moving up and down. A little bit of what I talked about at the start. If you go out too fast, it's difficult to keep your rhythm.
Meg, the North District age group silver medalist. So good track record in 200 breaststroke and 150 in. She turns 2:06.88. About 44-second split. So that would suggest something in the 250-ish territory. Entry time 2:52 high.
I would think her target would maybe be set on going under 250, so we'll see if she can do that. It might be a wee bit of a stretch to do.
Laura Harrison is still going well. So she did go out too fast. She seems to have settled down well in this final 50. Found a stroke again. So they're going to be the 1-2. Meg Patterson brings it in, 2:52.55. Just tying up slightly in that final 50. Second place, 2:54.35 for Laura Harrison. And third place, in fact, Heather Lees, my apologies, I'm getting confused there. Heather Lees in second place, 2:54.35. Laura Harrison third, 2:58.75. On to heat number 3. Is that result summarised there? Allowing us to move on. In heat number 3, we've got Christy Johnson of Geary in 1, Amy McCrosty of Dundee City Aquatics in 2, Shona Mackey of West Lothian in 3, Orla Adams of Geary in 4, Emma Chittleborough of Warrender in 5, Cara Hanlon of Highland in 6, Emma Crawford of East Lothian in 7, Connie Mackay of Wren 96 in 8, Francesca Christopherson of South Aberdeenshire in 9, and Robin Flockett of Best in 10. Emma Chittleborough may be one to look out for here.
Yeah, I like to watch Emma swim. She's got such a nice long stroke, really stretches out. A great kick.
Set a Scottish junior record in this pool a month ago at the North District Grand Prix. 2:31.95. Don't suppose she'll be as fast as that this morning, but stand by tonight.
She's in decent company here as well. Orla's going quite well, and Emma Crawford was part of that East Lothian relay team, so she's obviously pretty decent in the breaststroke as well.
Yep, and lane 6 as well, Cara Hanlon is an exciting breaststroke talent too. 1:16.86 then for Chittleborough at the halfway point. Hanlon second, 1:17.65. Adams third, Crawford fourth. Emma Crawford just struggling to stay with the leading 3.
Yeah, Cara's starting to pull away from her.
So it's,
and then Emma in front of her.
Yep, Chittleborough, Hanlon, Adams. At the moment looking like the 1, 2, 3, according to the seedings. So just check on the 150 split, 157, so around about 41s. So we're probably around 6 seconds or so away from her best, but she's doing what's necessary.
Yeah, it's still really nice to watch. She's got such a lovely stroke. Really stretching out.
Cara Hanlon is putting in a good effort here, and mainly think of her in the shorter breaststroke distances. But she's 1.5 meters back only on Emma Chittleborough, and well clear now of Orla Adams. So a nice 1-2 there. Chittleborough 2:37.39, Hanlon 2:38.67. That's not that far from Hanlon's best time, 2:37, and Adams third, 2:43.68. So some impressive swimming there. And I'm sure the swimmers at the front of that race will be featuring highly tonight. Still got some very nice, tasty looking breaststroke races to come in the next 2 heats though.
this 200 breaststroke was actually really good here at the North District a few weeks back, so we'll expect more of the same in the final tonight.
And unfortunately, just looking at the board, we've got a disqualification in that one. Lane 1 looks like Christy Johnson, unfortunately. Just waiting for the result to be confirmed. Won't affect the top 3. That's going to be Chittleborough, Hanlon and Adams. Don't think there'll be any problems there. But still, having put up the disqualification, they still don't seem to be totally happy with the result, the officials. Dedicated crew of officials have been steering us through the week's swimming, giving up their time, some of them giving up holidays to be here in Aberdeen. We're very grateful to them. Without them, we couldn't do any of this. And they're always careful to make sure that everything is correct and properly recorded, and I think we have it now. So confirmation of the result: Emma Chittleborough 2:37.39 takes heat 3, Cara Hanlon second 2:38.67, and Orla Adams third 2:43.68. And confirmation of that disqualification in lane 1. On to heat 4. We have Sophia Green of Elgin in 1, Anne Hutchison of Lerwick in 2, Robin Patrick of South Lanarkshire in 3, Ruth Gordon of Highland in 4, Olivia White of Edinburgh University in 5, Hayley Monteith, Edinburgh University in 6, Lauren Sutherland of Midlothian in 7, Olivia Jackson of South Lanarkshire in 8, Katie Mackenzie of Highland in 9, and Sally Mayer of Brock in 10. So Edinburgh University with a really strong breaststroke program. We've got 2 of their swimmers here, Olivia White and Hayley Monteith, and it's Olivia White who's really powered down that first 50, 35.29. That's very fast, Mark.
Yeah, she's gone out hard for this. It looks like she's going to go for a decent time this morning, unless she eases back in the second 100, but at the moment going really strong.
So Olivia White just had her birthday earlier in the week, 19. So 1 more year as a teenager before the responsibilities of adult kick in. Oh, certainly taking this out. She's well clear of her teammate Hayley Monteith in second, Lauren Sutherland in third. Turns 1:14 dead. That's over 2.5 seconds faster than Emma Chittleborough's time. We'll see if she does ease back or whether she keeps this going down the third 50.
Doesn't look like she's easing back. She's still working pretty hard.
Yeah, maintaining that gap of about 6 meters now over Hayley Monteith. Sutherland holding third. Talented 15-year-old from Midlothian. So this is very much the Olivia White show. Just completed her first year at Edinburgh University. And obviously thriving in that program under Chris Jones, 1:54.29, so around the 40-second mark there for the third 50. It's still about 3 seconds faster than Emma Chittleborough split.
She's not going to be on her PB, but it's going to be a really good swim for the morning. Still looks like she's stretching that lead out. Stroke still, she looks completely in control of her stroke. Really nice rhythm to it.
And I guess breaststroke is one where maybe if you do ease back, perhaps the stroke pattern does just go slightly off. And she's not done that. 2:34.99, very nice swim. Entry time 2:30, so just 4 seconds away from that. second, Monteith, 2:44.09. Sutherland third, 2:45.47. They're the 1, 2, 3 ahead of Olivia Jackson and Ruth Gordon. So a wee statement there from Olivia that she's going to be there or thereabouts in the 17 and over final. And confirmation of that result. Olivia White, 2:34.99. Hayley Monteith, second, 2:44.09. Lauren Sutherland, third, 2:45.47. So the final heat of the girls 200 breaststroke, we've got Katie McIntyre of South Lanarkshire in 1. Lane 2 is Anya Reid of first. 3, Samantha Caulfield of Carnegie. In 4, Erin Robertson of South Ayrshire. In lane 5, Hannah Miley of Geary. In lane 6, Rachel O'Donnell of Carnegie. Lane 7, Hannah Souter of Hearts. Lane 8, Megan Feld of South Aberdeenshire. In lane 9, Beth McFarlane of Midlothian. And in 10, Ella Shilliday of Stirling. Hannah Miley has a pretty strong record in 200 breaststroke.
She's gone out relatively fast as well.
She's the national champion, 5th in the British Championships in April. Swam it strongly in final in the Mare Nostrum series at Barcelona. So she's been down in the Mediterranean, quick stop in Manchester, now up closer to home here in Aberdeen. She's about a metre up on Rachel O'Donnell, who herself is a very fine breaststroker as well. 1:14.38 for Miley, 1:15.10 for O'Donnell. Olivia White's split was 1:14 dead, so about 3/10 faster than Miley here. Worth keeping an eye on lane 4, Erin Robertson, the 100 breaststroke gold medalist in the 15-year-old age group, 15-16 age group.
Yeah, her and her sister Katie will feature heavily in this event again. Katie's obviously swimming in the afternoon.
1:53.76, so now Hannah Miley's split about half a second faster than Olivia White's. So another swim where Hannah is working it on all the distance, no slacking. I just think she understands the meaning of that word.
No, she's had decent, really good morning swims this week. She's really darts forward at every single stroke, pushing away from Rachel O'Donnell here.
Of course, in the 400 IM, it's the breaststroke leg that's usually the critical one for Hannah, where she tries to break the opposition and comes in as the fastest qualifier, 2:32.61, just 4 seconds away from her entry time. Second, O'Donnell, 2:37.67. And third place, Erin Robertson, 2:42.36. I think all three of them probably will go faster tonight.
Yeah, I would think so. That should be a good race. Almost a repeat of that Grand Prix one. The only one we're missing is our own Kerry Buchan.
Yep. Goggles firmly in the locker. Kerry. Did make it. So Hannah Miley just leaving the pool, along with Rachel O'Donnell, side by side. Both of them, of course, in the Commonwealth Games team. We'll be shouting our heads off for them at the end of next month. Not long to go now, Mark, until the Games.
No, it's really not. I think I've seen a few countdowns on Twitter and Facebook and the like, and it really isn't long now. The guys must be getting so excited. We all are, I think.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. We've got a disqualification from Hannah Miley. Wow. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Goodness.
Really unlike her. I wonder what that was for.
So O'Donnell first then, 2:37.67. Robertson second, 2:42.36. And Samantha Caulfield third, 2:45.40. Wow.
Well, that does blow the final wide open now, but it's obviously a shame for Hannah.
So we move on to the boys 200 individual medley, and we've got 10 heats here. Three swimmers in the first heat. Liam Buchanan of North Lanarkshire in 4, Finlay Dewar of Best in 5, and Vincent Jositis of Stirling in 6. Liam Buchanan starting strongly in 4. 31.02. North Lanarkshire having quite a strong showing in this meet. Certainly have been putting some good PBs, come up with quite a large team. Largest team I've seen for a while from them.
Yeah, and that's a quick first 50 for the first heat of this event. So good swimming from him so far. Still looks really good in this backstroke. Nice smooth stroke.
These three swimmers all 2:27 entry times. Just a 10th separating the three of them. But fairly well spread out at the moment. So we'll maybe just reserve judgment until we see their breaststrokes. 1:08.53 for Liam. 1:10.14 for Finlay. 1:12.19 for Vincent. See if it does start to bunch back up again in the breaststroke. Not any signs of it happening yet. I don't think it is going to happen.
No, Liam's still looking quite good. Staying fairly low in the water. That's what you want to, kind of stroke you want to have in the IM. Efficient stroke.
So would you consciously change your stroke for the IM compared with the individual event?
You seem to find that people that are good at breaststroke in the IM have a slightly different stroke to just out-and-out breaststrokers. They seem to be a little bit more low in the water. They need to be able to swim it when they're really tired.
And that is because it is the third leg after a hard fly and backstroke.
Yeah.
Finlay Dewar in second place. Vincent Jositis just closing up on him a bit now. I don't think either of them are going to catch Liam Buchanan though. So entry time for Liam 2:27.50. Clock just into the 2:20s. So he's going to be there or thereabouts. Comes in 2:27.76. Second place, Finlay Dewar, 2:28.84. Vincent Jositis third, 2:29.24. Good chance that these are long course PBs if their entry times are conversions, which the younger swimmers, these three 15-year-olds.
Yeah, you can't really. I know they're conversions, but it's difficult to compare long course times to the short course times. All swimmers are completely different.
Heat 2. Looks like lane 1 is empty here, and lane 2 we've got Gareth Haberfield of first. 3 is Ross McPherson of South Lanarkshire. 4 Callum Robertson of Elgin. 5 Aaron Gillan of Carnegie. 6 David McGregor of Dumfries. 7 Kyle Pate of Fife Performance. 8 Jamie Murray of Stirling. 9 is Callum Mitchell of first, and 10 Spencer O'Grady of Geary. Callum Robertson under the 30 seconds, 29.95. Elgin swimmer in lane 4. Lane 6, David McGregor of Dumfries is there. So in lane 8 is Jamie Murray of Stirling. Lane 10 is Spencer O'Grady of Geary. And looks like it's the Stirling swimmer, Jamie Murray, who's going to lead them at halfway.
Yeah, good backstroke leg from him.
1:06 3-0. A couple of seconds faster than the first heat. Nice turn in lane 6 from David McGregor, and he was really strong into the breaststroke there. Also moving up nicely now, Ross McPherson in lane 3. Keep an eye on him, and beside him, Callum Robertson trying to come back. Over in lane 10, Spencer O'Grady's still right up there. So swimmers across the pool, very competitive here. Ross McPherson has come through very strongly in the breaststroke, and he is right there with Jamie Murray now. In fact, just ahead of him at the turn. 1:49.77 for South Lanarkshire's Ross McPherson.
And he looks really good in this freestyle. He's not going to get caught. Really strong leg kick.
David McGregor's going to give it a go in lane 6. He's about a metre back, so I think Ross should hold him at bay. In fact, if anything, in the closing stages, just rebuilding that lead, and he comes in 2:21.76. Entry time 2:25.16, so has to be pleased with that. David McGregor 2:22.33, also 2.5 seconds inside his entry time. And Jamie Murray third, 2:24.07. That result now confirmed for you. McPherson 2:21.76, the winner.
A load of guys dipping inside their entry times there, so good showing for the early heats.
On to Heat 3, Logan Jimmerson of Lower Wycombe 1, Blair Fotheringham of St Thomas in 2, Jack Watson, City of Aberdeen in 3, Murray Quellant of Aberdeen in 4, Billy Davis of South Lanarkshire in 5, Adam Airley of North Lanarkshire in 6, James McFarlane of West Lothian in 7, Oscar Heald of Elgin in 8, Richard Faulkner of South Ayrshire in 9, and Fraser Samuel of East Lothian in 10. 29.52, Logan Jimmerson in lane 1, leading after the fly, the swimmer from the Shetlands, Lower Wick swimmer. Pretty close though, coming down the second leg, maybe just emerging now into the lead in lane 7 is James McFarlane of West Lothian. 2:23 his entry time. Beside him, Adam Airley of North Lanarkshire up into second place. 1:05.95 for McFarlane. 1:06.81 for Airley. And McFarlane's time about 3/10 faster than the previous heat. He's got about a meter's advantage on Adam Airley. And the other swimmers pretty close. Lane 9, Richard Faulkner, South Ayrshire, maybe just sneaking into third place, although lane 5, Billy Davis, he's a strong breaststroker. And is doing his best to get up there, but James McFarlane still has the advantage.
Yeah, he's doing well to hold the rest of the field off.
49.43. Still around 3/10 faster than the previous heat. So we've been looking to a strong freestyle end to this race, looking to get towards the 2:20 mark.
Strong finish from lane 3. I don't think he's going to catch him, is he? But
yeah, we talked about Jack Watson a bit yesterday as well, didn't we?
Yeah, he was in the 1500 free and in the coast relay.
And he's certainly finishing strongly. Just misses out on second place, but it is McFarlane who leads it, 2:22.06. Second place, Richard Faulkner, 2:23.52, with Jack Watson just behind him, 2:23.73. So McFarlane improves by about 1.25 seconds there. on his entry time. And we get ready for heat 4. And in heat 4, we have Conor McNeil of Ren 96 in 1, Fraser Meadows of Warrender in 2, James Stephen of First in 3, Jack Harrison of Warrender in 4, Ewan Dalglish of West Lothian in 5, Sam Andrews of West Lothian in 6, Matthew Thompson of East Lothian in 7, Fraser Gill of West Lothian in 8, Ellis Lawson of First in 9, and James Black of Warrender in 10. Fraser Meadows in lane 2 leads 29.33. Lane 4, his teammate Jack Harrison. Perhaps just has the edge. The squad member. He's district age group bronze medalist.
Yeah, he's working hard to try and get away in this backstroke leg.
It's about 1.5 meters up on lane 6, Sam Andrews.
Not the best turn, but gets to the wall. No pull out either, I don't think.
Nice turn from Matthew Thompson in the yellow cap in lane 7. That certainly brought him up the rankings there. Either side of him, Sam Andrews and Fraser Gill, 2 West Lothian swimmers. And Jack Harrison maybe just struggling in the breaststroke now, so I think he's just dropping back. Ewan Dalglish has come to life in lane 5. So 3 West Lothian swimmers, 1 East Lothian swimmer. And it looks like it's going to be the 4 of them. Ewan Dalglish, that was a terrific breaststroke leg from him. He looked well out of it before that and came roaring through. He's got his hands full, though, in the freestyle. Fraser Gill and Matthew Thompson, but particularly Fraser Gill in lane 8. It's a real good example of different strengths through this race here. In the end, it's the freestyler who wins out. Fraser Gill, 2:20.35. Improvement of over 2 seconds for him. Good finish from Fraser Meadows, the early leader after the fly. Came back strongly at the end there, 2:22.44, just nicking ahead of Matthew Thompson, 2:22.56 for Matthew. Let's have this debate with swimmers as to which stroke gives you the best advantage. Certainly with the inexperienced swimmers, you always think it's the best breaststroker that's going to win the IM, but I guess as they get more experienced, that's not necessarily the case.
The thing is, sometimes you get really good breaststrokers who kill themselves in the breaststroke and got nothing left in the freestyle, so the freestyle can make a pretty huge difference as well.
So we move on to heat 5. Mark Elrick of First goes in 1, Alistair Lambert of Warrender in 2, Greg Turner of Fife Performance in 3, Cameron Arnott of City of Aberdeen in 4, no swimmer in 5, Henry Mackenzie of Warrender in 6, Stuart Cosgrove of City of Aberdeen in 7, Martin McInnes, City of Glasgow in 8, Tom Bealey of Aberdeen in 9, James Collier of Carnegie in 10. It was supposed to be Jack Sharanek in lane 5. He's decided to set this one out.
Maybe saving himself for the freestyle later on.
Mark Elrick on the near side. Strong start. Just getting swallowed up now, I think, though, by the rest of the field in the backstroke. And picking it up in 6 is Henry Mackenzie, but lane 2 as well. In fact, it is lane 2 now, Alistair Lambert. So we haven't seen for a while, sort of coming back to serious training, I think, recently. 1:04.16, just a touch faster than the previous heat at halfway. Mark Elrick still very much in this on the near side. McKenzie as well. Starting to move up. In lane 3, Greg Turner.
Martin McInnes as well, having a decent breaststroke leg.
It's Greg Turner, 147.16. Now 2 seconds faster than the previous heats, and that was a good breaststroke leg from Greg. Let's see if he can hold it. This is, I think, maybe where what you were talking about just now, Mark, comes into play.
Yeah, a lot of the guys are knackered by that 150 mark. So the freestyle can be incredibly painful.
Well, Henry McKenzie taking full advantage in lane 6, and that's a strong end to his race. 2:19.07 into 2:20, so nice second improvement there. Greg Turner takes second, 2:20.37. Just nudges inside his entry time by a few hundredths. And Martin McInnes third, 2:20.54. Heat 6 now. Again, we've got a couple of empty lanes on the far side. So 8 swimmers going. Toby Douglas of Best in 1. Daniel Tiffin of City of Aberdeen in 2. Finlay Douglas of Geary in 3. Fraser Spooner of West Lothian in 4. Oliver Kincart of Portsmouth North Sea in 5. Samuel Jones of West Lothian in 6. Callum McCall of Delting in 7. And David McDonald of West Lothian in 8. So I guess maybe a few aches and pains, tweaks, or tiredness, or just saving yourself for your main races by this stage on day 5?
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people pulling out. Maybe people are up late watching the football last night or something, but I'm not sure what's going on.
Yep, no lions allowed in swimming, so early to bed, early to rise. That's the way it's regime for most swimmers.
Fraser Spooner using his backstroke talents to build a lead here.
Yeah, that's impressive there. That's a lot faster backstroke swimming there than we've seen. So Samuel Jones will want to sustain that, but well, I think he's going to come under pressure now in the breaststroke.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit in the breaststroke. A lot of guys coming back at him really quickly.
In lane 6, his West Lothian teammate Samuel Jones is perhaps the main threat now. Kincart as well. In lane 5, Scott from Portsmouth has been a regular visitor up to national age groups over the years since he was a wee thing. 45.72. So Samuel Jones then has put himself into the driving seat now. 2:17.58 Jones's entry time. Just coming over the 2:10.
Yeah, healthy lead now.
Tight contest for second. Spooner coming back at Kincart. Just managed to make it a West Lothian 1-2. So Jones taking it 2:16.93. So over half a second improvement on his entry time. Second place, Fraser Spooner, 2:18.59. Oliver Kincart, 2:18.66. So as a 15-year-old, would you be happy with a half-second PB, or would you always be wanting to knock chunks off?
I would say for the heats, he'll be fairly happy. We'll see him back tonight, trying to take a little bit more off. But yeah, a decent swim. It's probably quite an updated time. Tour de IM, something you do quite a lot, so not bad at all. You can't be disappointed when it's the best you've ever swam, I guess.
Yep, that's certainly true. Heat 7, all 10 lanes full here. Alistair Robertson of Aberdeen in 1, Fraser Lowther of Dumfries in 2, Ian Rose of Warrender in 3, Ross Gale of Ren 96 in 4, Chris Lowther, City of Glasgow in 5, Rory Shirley, City of Glasgow in 6, Alistair Campbell of Dumfries in 7, Daniel McGregor of Warrender in 8, Finlay Williamson of East Lothian in 9, and Matthew Paul of Northampton in 10. Very tight at the turn. And not much clearer coming down the backstroke leg. And 5 and 7, maybe the front runners here. Chris Lowther and Alistair Campbell. City of Glasgow and Dumfries. Chris started his career at Dumfries. So a connection there, and not a lot between them. Lowther just with the edge, 102.84.
Nice turn there as well from Chris Lowther.
Lane 4, Ross Gale of Wren, and lane 2, Fraser Lowther of Dumfries. I'm assuming he's Chris's brother. I don't know that for sure.
I couldn't tell you, but yeah, it's my guess as well.
Still very close. Does the centre lanes, 4 through to 7, all there and thereabouts. 144.2 up to 145.6 at the 150 turn.
Ross Gale using his freestyle strength now to come through.
Ross Gale, the Scottish Schools champion, did his entry time at East Kilbride.
Alistair Campbell putting in a really good shift here.
Yeah, he is. He's maybe just nicked the lead here. It's going to be close between these two. It is Campbell who takes it to 15.24. Nice time there. Gale 2:15.42. Both of them faster than their entry times. Third place, Chris Lowther 2:16.16.
Yeah, Alistair's had a good meet. His 200 backstroke was really impressive, so showing some form there as well on the IM.
Yeah, just taking a little while to scroll the board and confirm that result. So we saw a shock in the women's 200 breaststroke.
I think it was just Ian Rose was a wee bit slower than the rest of the field. Oh, that's probably why.
And unfortunately, disqualification for Ian, because sometimes I think they'd rather be DQ'd than let a slow time go onto their record.
Yeah, I've seen that done it before. He's a wee smirk in his face, so that's maybe what it was.
That's the breaststroke winner last night. Campbell winning that one then, 2:15.24. Gale second, and Chris Lowther third.
We should see a big drop in times now. We're on to the seeded heats.
So on to the first of those seeded heats. We've got Greg Watson in 1 for Mulgai and Bearsden, Scott MacArthur in 2 for Stirling, 3 is Callum Reid of Warrender, 4 Craig McLean of Carnegie, 5 Gavin Haggerwood of Geary, 6 Suleiman Butt of Aberdeen, 7 Ross McCafferty of City of Glasgow, 8 Joe Yeoman, City of Aberdeen, Matthew Anderson in 9 for Warrender, and Cameron Nelson, Carnegie in 10. Suleiman Butt, 27.52. He's hot-footed it up from Manchester. He's been there all week. That meet finishing yesterday. So he's decided to come back home and do a finals days competition here.
Yeah, nice to see Suleiman back up. To see him in the 100 free letter, that'll probably be his main focus, but good to see him in the IM as well. He's swimming well.
Yep, he's up by a metre, maybe a little more. Just over the minute at the halfway turn, 60.15. McLean second, 60.92, ahead of Gavin Haggerwood in the blue in lane 5. So it's these three, and in the breaststroke, well, Craig McLean now with some breaststroke pedigrees. Of course, we're talking about him. It's just silver medalist in yesterday's breaststroke. He's using his breaststroke capabilities to very good advantage here in the third leg of the IM. You never get a bad race from Craig McLean. You're certainly not getting one this morning. 39.71. And what can he cap that off with in the freestyle? Look, maybe like he's not absolutely blazing it out.
No, although it's fast, that's fairly controlled from Craig. It looks like he doesn't look too tired either. I would say that's just he's done the job.
So his 2:10 entry time, and notwithstanding that, I think he is going to come, well, there or thereabouts. 2:10.61 right on his entry time. So job done. He'll be hard to beat in the 15-year-old final.
Yeah, to swim his PB like the way he did it, that was an impressive morning swim from him.
Solomon Butt, 2:13 dead in second place. Expect he will go faster. He'll be prominent in the 16-17 final. Gavin Haggerwood in third place there, just a 10th ahead of Joe Yeoman in 2:13.85. So we're just talking about that breaststroke final with Craig McLean, and the guy who beat him goes in lane 1 of this next heat, Cameron Muir of South Ayrshire. 2 Glaswegians beside him, Edward Gray in 2 and Jack McComish in 3. Felix Gifford, City of Aberdeen in 4 with his teammate Stuart McIntosh in 5. Alistair Miley of Geary in 6. Callum Laurie of First in 7. Cameron Park of South Lanarkshire in 8. Joseph Miley of Geary in 9, and Ross Hughes of North Ayrshire in 10. Stuart McIntosh has had a strong meet.
Yeah, and he's going for his backstroke. He's not one to swim well in the morning heats, but he's working hard here. These guys are always racing him, Alistair and Felix. North Ayrshire races all the time.
There's about 2 meters separating McIntosh and Miley here. That's shrinking. After Miley probably backstroke his best event. 58.93, just half a second in it now. And that is over a second faster than the previous heat. And tightening up here. That's slightly surprising. I would have thought that McIntosh would be stronger than Miley in the breaststroke, but it's at the moment the other way round. I think McIntosh is just coasting a bit here. Felix Gifford trying to close up on them.
Nice breaststroke leg from Callum Laurie. He's coming right into contention for third with Felix. He's really shifting down this length.
Jack McComish as well pushing on, but it is Alistair Miley who leads them through the 150, 139, 9.7. So he's now looking very much the favourite for this heat. Callum Laurie, he picked out Mark, and he's in second place now, ahead of the 2 from City of Aberdeen. So a pretty comfortable win for Alistair Miley, 2:11.06. The one you think will pick up some pace on that tonight. Second place, Callum Laurie, 2:13.16. For the 16-year-old from first, Stuart McIntosh in third place, 2:14.16.
Yeah, I would think we would see those guys under the 2:10 at least tonight.
And there's just a little bit of thinking going on here. Result not yet confirmed.
Just about 24 minutes to get in any team lights for this afternoon session. Also,
Swimmers on their way out,
and withdrawals for this afternoon session all need to be in by 10 o'clock this morning.
Pool now nice and clear. And the officials just closing that, and
2 disqualifications.
Goodness. Cameron Muir and Jack McComish, the disqualifications there. Doesn't affect the top 3, but well, getting a few disqualifications this morning. So Alistair Miley first, 2:11.06. Callum Laurie second, 2:13.16. And Stuart McIntosh third, 2:14.16.
And another one.
Well, I'm wondering what they'll do about that one, because maybe there's an argument for saying there was a faulty start there. It was Cameron Finlayson who's just went into the water there, so we'll just see what the officials do about this.
Starters did seem to hold him a while as well, but...
Nope, he's out.
Yeah.
He will be feeling pretty fed up with that, I would think, as we go through the final heat start. There's Craig Barnes of Carnegie in 1, Donny Price of South Mainland in 2, Kieran Preston of South Aberdeenshire in 3, Chris McComb, East Lothian in 4, Mark Sharanek, Carnegie in 5, Craig Bowman of Carnegie in 6, Ryan Brown of Best in 7. We now have no swimmer in 8 with Cameron Finlayson's DQ there. Callum Deans of Elgin in 9 and Scott McClay of Perth City in 10.
Mark Sharanek again was really strong off the blocks there. He's getting a brilliant start every single race I've seen.
It was Bowman who led at the end of the fly, but Sharanek's passed him now, and going nicely in lane 4 is Chris McComb, strong backstroker, and he is using that to come up alongside Sharanek, so he's really aggressively stroking this backstroke.
Yeah, Chris has struggled a wee bit this week, but I think this is his best event, so he'll be wanting to lay down a marker for the final tonight.
Yep, Chris in the 16-17 final. Sharanek and Bowman in the 18 and overs, and it's Sharanek now alongside McComb. Still seems to be content to allow McComb to make the running. Moving up, Kieran Preston of South Aberdeenshire in lane 3. He's been up there in the breaststroke.
Yeah, gold in the 200, which was a bit of a surprise. He took like 9 seconds off his entry time, so his breaststroke form is brilliant just now.
So we talked about being happy with a 1 second PB. You have to be ecstatic with a 9 second PB.
9 second PB in gold, you've got to be over the moon.
1:39.26 is the fastest 150 split we've seen. I think this is where Sharanek will probably just do enough to ease past, although with them being in different age groups, he might not.
Yeah, he seems to be looking more towards Bowman than he does Chris McComb.
Yeah, he's certainly well clear of his teammate Craig Bowman, so I think it is going to be McComb maybe just getting the touch. 2:11.44 for Chris. A second and a half of his entry time. I think should be reasonably content with that.
Yeah, that's better from Chris. A good swim.
Mark
He'll be excited for tonight.
Mark Sharanek second, 2:11.64. And Kieran Preston, 2:14.05. Of course, we had that disqualification at the start, so that was lane 8. So the result now summarised. McComb, 2:11.44. Sharanek second, 2:11.64. Preston third, 2:14.05. So what do you take from those 200 IM heat, Mark? What do you expect for this evening?
I think we'll see faster tonight. Stuart McIntosh looked easy. Sharanek looked easy. Bowman looked easy. Miley looked good as well. So, yeah, that'll be an open final. Chris McComb, I would say, will fancy his chances in the 16-17. He looked pretty strong.
So girls 100 butterfly now. And this is the first of 9 heats. Laura Harrison of Highland in 4, Anya Reid of First in 5, Caitlin Smith of West Lothian in 6, Rachel Laverty of Dumfries in 7.
First of the 9 heats in the girls 14 and over 100 metres butterfly.
So these girls, all 14-year-olds, 113s and 114s. 2 lengths of the pool. Laura Harrison also had a good first heat swim in the 200 breaststroke. Back here and leading at the halfway point, 33.83. Caitlin Smith of West Lothian, Rachel Lavery of Dumfries now, both in blue caps.
Yeah, Laura starting to struggle a little bit now. West Lothian girls coming through.
So Caitlin Smith now about 1.5 meters up. West Lothian's another program that's had a pretty good meet here, certainly making good progress under coach Andrew Addison.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. A few swimmers starting to crop up from there now.
And that's a 1 second PB for Caitlin Smith. Lavery second and Harrison third. Peaceful around the pool as we get ready for heat number 2. Maybe a little bit of the Sunday morning blues. On to heat 2, Olivia Pinto of West Lothian in 1, Ashley Thompson of St Thomas in 2, Ciara Sims of Warrender in 3, Heather Lees of First in 4, Anne Hutchison of Lerwick in 5, Orla Edwards of Afford in 6, Rebecca Matthewson of Stirling in 7, Kate Story of Helensburgh in 8, Hannah Russell of City of Aberdeen in 9, Jessie Harper of Warrender in 10. So who gets the touch? It's fairly close, but it's Kate Story, 33.17. Helensburgh base swimmer. Out 6/10 faster than the previous heat. She looks to be holding that advantage down the second length. Lead 3, the Warrender swimmer Ciara Sims. Over on the far side, Jessie Harper, also of Warrender, and beside her, Hannah Russell of City of Aberdeen. They're all contesting second place.
Olivia Pinto nearest to us is doing all right as well.
Oh, fantastic finish.
Win.
Yep, that was a great second 50 from Olivia. She came storming through there, 1:11.75. Take the heat.
Taking some inspiration from our teammate in the heat before, maybe.
Yeah, we talked about, I think they got a 3 in a row in heat wins yesterday in West Lothian, so that's 2 out of 2. Just looking to see if there is a West Lothian swimmer in this 30 heat. Nope, there isn't. So the run will stop there.
I'll tell you something that's just taken my eye. Behind the swimmers in the corner, Andy McGovern going through his pre-race routine. He's always so meticulous. It's not even his best event and he's still spending all his time. A good professional.
Chad, did you catch Mark's comment there about the swimmer in the corner of the pool behind lane 10? Andy McGovern doing his warm-ups. So into heat 3. Joanna Anderson, City of Aberdeen in 1. Celia Geyer of Warrender in 2. Reagan Lang of Margaret Bears Den in 3. Katrina Fowley of North Ayrshire in 4. Robin Patrick of South Lanarkshire in 5. Amy Hurd, Carlisle Aquatics in 6. Sarah Donnelly of Carnegie in 7. Megan Grant, South Aberdeenshire in 8. Alex Gare of Brock in 9. Emma Mason of Stirling in 10.
Megan Grant with a good start there. South Aberdeenshire girls still looking fairly smooth down this first length, down the second length.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be any late comebacks from anybody else to challenge her. Although, well, having said that, lane 6 is starting to move. Amy Hurd of Carlisle. Oh, Megan holds her off. Yeah, only by a tenth, 1:10.18. 1 second improvement for Megan to take that one from Amy Hurd second, 1:10.29, and Katrina Fowley third, 1:11.58. Crowd seem to have woken up a bit now, getting some shouting out. Obviously the caffeine is starting to bite in. We have scrolled the result, but again, just a little pause, so I think we're okay with it. And we're moving on. Heat 4, Claire Dow of Inverleith in 1, Shannon Crawford of Geary in 2, Robin Crawford of City of Glasgow in 3, Jessica Thompson of City of Aberdeen in 4, Stephanie Strang of Dundee City Aquatics in 5, Kirsty Forsyth of West Lothian in 6, Rosie Stanger of Stirling in 7, Katie Smith of East Lothian in 8, Megan Smith of South Lanarkshire in 9, Erin Rafferty of Carnegie in 10.
Looks like Katie Smith at this point, but
31-13 for Katie, who's district age group champion. So she's in the yellow cap, but I think she's been overtaken now. And she's in the dark blue cap. It's the Stirling swimmer, Rosie Stanger, in the yellow cap. So it is Katie who has the edge. She's going to do well to hold on to this one, I think. Kirsty Forsyth is pushing hard in lane 6.
West Lothian swimmer again, coming with a strong finish.
I think she may just nick this one. Not much in it between the two of them. Katie Smith, though, upping her stroke rate and just manages to hold on. So responded well there, the East Lothian swimmer. And improvement of a second on her entry time. So it seems to be the order of the day for the winners in these heats. About a second inside their entry times. Been fairly consistent over the last few heats. Kirsty Forsyth second there, 1:09.59. Nice improvement for her as well. And Claire Dow taking third, 1:10.45, also inside her entry time. On to heat 5, Katie Mackenzie of Highland in 1, Sophia Green of Elgin in 2, Natalie Lees of West Lothian in 3, Gemma Brown of First in 4, Bethany Brodie of South Lanarkshire in 5, Claire Maloney of Carnegie in 6, Laurie Swanson of Warrender in 7, Sally Mayer of Brock in 8, Megan Laurie of Warrender in 9, Megan Feld of South Aberdeenshire in lane 10.
Pretty much all on a line here. It's impossible to tell.
Swanson by 200ths, 32.38. Not as fast as Katie Smith's split. Got a second back on that from the previous heat. And hence they're all bunched up here. Are you conscious if you're in a really tight race like this? Are you conscious that it's tight?
Most of the time you can kind of tell. Obviously not. You can tell the lanes next to you, but in fly you can't tell past the two but in the lanes next to you.
So it looks like 5, 6 and 7 now are going to sort this out.
Claire Maloney will definitely know the others beside her.
Let's see who gets the touch. Ooh. Maloney just by 300ths, 1:08.83. And that was a fast second half from those girls.
Claire Maloney spotted the wall really well there.
Yep, so there's Carnegie skills coming through there to good effect. Brodie just behind her, 1:08.86. Swanson third, 1:09.21. Very close for fourth and fifth as well. Feld and Brown just 300ths apart.
Actually looked as though Claire was third going into the wall, but she managed to get the touch somehow.
Heat 5. Heat 6, rather. Behind myself, Erin Cummins of Perth City in 1, Nikki Miller of South Lanarkshire in 2, Gulsum Ernal of West Lothian in 3, Jennifer King of North Ayrshire in 4, Kimberly Mackay of Warrender in 5, Ivy Lauren Richter of Hong Kong in 6, Ailsa Beck of South Aberdeenshire in 7, Cara Smith of Stirling in 8, Kirsten Clark, City of Glasgow in 9, and Ruth Gordon of Highland in 10. Gulsum Ernal, 30.65.
Yeah, Gulsum had a good swim in the 200 free last night. Still showing that she's got enough energy for this 100 fly.
Beside her, Jennifer King, another strong backstroker doing the fly here to good effect. And I think she's maybe just edged past Gulsum now into the final 5. I think they're going to be 1 and 2 with lane 7, Ailsa Beck behind them. King does take it 106.36. Second and a half improvement there, so should be happy, I think, with that. Gulsum Ernal 106.84. Also about a second and a half inside her entry time. Another good West Lothian swim. And Ailsa Beck third, 107.66. A half second improvement for Ailsa. So some fast swimming in that heat to challenge maybe for places in the finals. We go into the final 3 heats. On to heat 7. Georgia Callender of Mulgai and Bearsden in 1. Paige Lang of Mulgai and Bearsden in 2. Eleanor Spencer of Stirling in 3. Rachel Masson of South Aberdeenshire in 4. Hannah Miley back in lane 5 for Geary. 6 is Gillian Clark of East Lothian. 7, Meg Finnan of South Lanarkshire. Jennifer Ritchie of East Lothian in 8. Ashley McAdam of West Lothian in 9. And Julie Williams of Mulgai and Bearsden in 10. Rachel Masson just with the touch, 30.03 ahead of Hannah Miley and Eleanor Spencer. Hannah just now up alongside her. I think the professional that she is, she'll have put that 200 breaststroke TQ right back in the dark recesses of her mind. And moving on to get what she was looking for in this 100 butterfly. And she's going to be the winner, 102.79. Second, Gillian Clark coming up nicely in the second half, 104.04. And third place, Rachel Masson, 104.47. So, Hannah Miley, Gillian Clark in your picture there, just contemplating their swims as the next heat, heat 9, gets ready to go. And this is heat 8. Caitlin Tootle of City of Aberdeen in 1. Alex Bryce of First in 2. Charlotte Kiki Anderson of Hong Kong in 3. Kirsty Armstrong of Best in 4. Rachel Sharples of East Lothian in 5. Kirsty Simpson of Carnegie in 6. Jessica Christie of South Aberdeenshire in 7. Rebecca Murray of First in 8. Ali Bazarian of Hong Kong in 9. And Chanel Snedden of First in 10. A couple of 14-year-olds in this heat, Kirsty Armstrong and Ali Bazarian, up against the much older swimmers, the likes of Sharples and Simpson.
Kirsty Armstrong, a really strong fly swimmer, but Kirsty Simpson feeding off the adrenaline from last night, going out nice and fast. Rachel Sharples starting to come back at her now, though.
So it's Sharples in the yellow cap, Simpson in the black cap. And looks like Rachel Sharples maybe just going to edge this one. Strong finish from her, 1:03.91. Not as fast as Anna Miley in the previous heat, but a tad faster than her colleague Gillian Clark from that one. So I think second fastest overall with one heat to go. Kirsty Simpson second, 1:04.37. Jessica Christie third, 1:05.24. Armstrong fourth there, 1:06.02. So looking probably, you would think, the favourite for the 14-year-old title.
Yeah, I would think so. She'll probably have a bit more to come tonight as well, so decent morning swim for her.
Do have one more 14-year-old in this next heat though, so we'll see what Eve White can do in lane 3 here.
They had a good battle for the 200. I can't remember who got it. I think it was maybe Eve White.
We'll check on that as we go through heat 9. Rebecca Buse in 1 for City of Aberdeen. 2 is Emma Crawford of East Lothian. 3, Eve White of Dumfries. 4, Katie Stark of Warrender. 5, Raquel Matos of East Lothian. Tame Bruce of Carnegie in 6. Jessica Wilkie of Edinburgh University in 7. Katie Phillips of St Thomas in 8. Karen Reid of South Ayrshire in 9. Anna Jurich of Warrender in 10.
Really strong start from Raquel Matos, using her 50th speed.
Another swimmer who's back from the Mare Nostrum circuit. B finals in all 3 of the events in Monaco, Cannes and Barcelona. Not a bad little jaunt to the Mediterranean in June. She's up by about 1.5 meters over Tane Bruce. These two well clear of the rest of them. So it is Matos, 1:01.93, so she'll take lane 5 in the 17 and over final. Second place, Tame Bruce, 1:02.77 for her. That was a pretty fast time for Tane, going in the 15-16s.
Yeah, just a little bit off her PB, but again, she'll be happy that there's more to come tonight. Job done for this morning.
Katie Stark, 1:04.83 in third place. Eve White there, 1:06.15. So she'll provide some good competition for Kirsty Armstrong, I would think. So on to the boys 100 freestyle. It was Eve White, we have confirmed, that did win that 14-year-old 200 fly. So you're right there, Mark. And so they'll be doing battle again in the 100. But focusing now on the boys, we've got Marcus Hills in 3 for Helensburgh, Fraser Tatterstill for Woking in 4, Adam Pearson of North Lanarkshire in 5, James Collier of Carnegie in 6, Nino Del Rio of North Lanarkshire in 7. 28.04 is the halfway split here, and that's for Nino Del Rio. And he's still got the advantage by a body length. They're coming back at him though pretty fast now, led by Adam Pearson. This is going to be close here now. You thought Nino Del Rio was comfortable, but in the end he did take it, but only by 300ths. 57.89, so I guess that was an example of somebody really blasting the first length and hanging on for grim death in the final 15.
Yeah, definitely. Those guys are second inside their entry time. Nice PB for the 100 free. First heats of the morning.
Heat 2, Andrew Hawkins of Hearts in 1, Callum Robertson of Elgin in 2, Blair Fotheringham of St Thomas in 3, Grant Henderson of North Lanarkshire in 4, 5 is Murray Quelland of Aberdeen, 6 Adam Carnegie of City of Glasgow, 7 Aude Husuna of Warrender, 8 Cameron Muir of South Ayrshire, 9 Richard Faulkner of South Ayrshire, and 10 Cameron Broadfoot of Warrender.
Cameron Muir, South Ayrshire, line 9, Richard Faulkner, South Ayrshire, Cameron Broadfoot in line 10 for Warrender.
Andrew Sawkins on the near side, 27.41, about 6/10 fast on the first heat. He's still just about got the edge. Beside him, Callum Robertson of Elgin. And lane 6 up there as well, Adam Carnegie. It's between these three.
He's under real pressure now.
Oh, well done to Andrew Sawkins to hold on there, 57 dead.
That was a good swim, good finish for him to keep his nerve. He knew the guys were coming back at him, but just got his head down and focused on the wall.
Adam Carnegie second, 57.04. Callum Robertson third, 57.20. On to heat 3. Cameron Arnott of City of Aberdeen in 1, Callum Deans of Elgin in 2, Ewan Ronald of Northampton in 3, Daniel Tiffin, City of Aberdeen in 4, Daniel McGregor of Warrender in 5, David McGregor of Dumfries in 6, Kieran Preston of South Aberdeenshire in 7, Aaron Gillan of Carnegie in 8, Ross Geddes of St Thomas in 9, Alec Birchall of Hearts in 10. Ross Geddes 27.07. Leads at the turn. And 7, Kieran Preston now though.
Yeah, Kieran coming through strong in this second 50.
The Elgin swimmer Callum Deans also finishing strongly, but just for... I'm not quite sure what's going on there. We're coming up second marking for Kieran Preston, but I'm sure that will be changed to first. 55.57, so that was fast.
Yeah, another decent swim from Kieran. He's having the meat of his life this week. On great form.
Over a second inside his entry time.
I've done a little bit of training with Kieran over at SAS when I was on my student placement. And he's such a hard worker, so it's great to see it paying off now.
Callum Deans 56.11. Daniel Tiffin 56.19. No time up there for Daniel McGregor. Well, that's now slotted in. In fact, third place it looks like is going to be given to Daniel McGregor. 56.48 ahead of Tiffin. So that is now confirmed. Kieran Preston first, 55.57. Callum Dean second, 56.11. And Daniel McGregor, also David McGregor third, 56.48. Heat 4 now. Ryan Buchanan of North Lanarkshire in 1, Callum McCall of Delting in 2, Jack Sharanek of Carnegie in 3, Fraser Spooner of West Lothian in 4, Josh Mitchell of South Ayrshire in 5, Jack Dandy of Chorley in 6, Jack Harrison of Warrender in 7, Fraser Lowther of Dumfries in 8, James Black of Warrender in 9, and Joseph Miley of Geary in 10. Jack Sharanek, well, he gave the 200 IM a miss, and now I think we're seeing why.
Yeah, really attacked. Even that first 15 metres, you could tell that he was fired up for this one.
Lane 9 coming up nicely, James Black. He's closing on Jack Sharanek here. It's going to be between these two. Coming into the wall, I think maybe Sharanek will hold it. Oh no. Well, yes, he did, in fact, by 200ths. 600s it is, 55.43.
It was a painful second 50 from Jack, but does enough to hold on to the lead.
Black second, 55.49. Callum McCall third, 55.93. But the winner, as we said, Jack Sharanek, 55.43. 7/10 inside his entry time.
Yeah, nice PB for him.
Heat 5, Thomas Farrell of 5 performance in 1, Toby Douglas of best in 2, Jack Watson, City of Aberdeen in 3, Fraser Meadows of Warrender in 4, Harry Maishman of Maxwell in 5, David Colley of City of Glasgow in 6, James Lauder of Hearts in 7, Scott MacArthur of Stirling in 8, Donny Price of South Mainland in 9, and Liam Curran of City of St Albans in 10. Pretty much wall-to-wall swimmers at the turn, 26.09, Thomas Farrell has the advantage, the 5 Another one who's pushed out pretty strongly in the first half here and looking to hold that down the second length. Lane 7, James Lauder is his main threat, I think. Over on the far side, Price and Curran going well. I think it's going to be Farrell to take it. He does, gets under the 55 seconds, 54.68. Entry time of 55.85, so that's a nice improvement.
Yeah, quick first half, but he held on to it a little bit better than Jack Sharanek did. Looked fairly comfortable coming down that last 25, so good to him. On to the seeded heats now. Again, a big drop in times.
So heat 6. Henry McKenzie of Warrender in 1, no swimmer in 2, Chris McComb in 3 for East Lothian, Paul Adamson of Dundee University in 4, Andrew McGovern, City of Aberdeen in 5, Gavin Haggerwood of Geary in 6, Eddie Watson of City of Aberdeen in 7, Daniel Lim of Warrender in 8, Alex Forsyth of West Lothian in 9, Ryan Archibald of Warrender in 10. And McGovern 25.63 leads them. The backstroke sprint specialist. Showing no inclination to be caught at all here. He's a body length clear of the field. Lane 4, Paul Adamson working hard in second place. Maybe just closing a bit now as McGovern eases back a bit. At 53.60. That's the fastest time so far.
Yeah, just easing back in that final few strokes. Probably would have been as well, just going to the wall. It was only 7 or so metres out. Would have been close to his PB had he just finished it off, but again, still a decent heat swim. He'll be excited for tonight.
Adamson was second there. And on to heat number 7. Graham Brown of South Ayrshire in 1, Ross Gale of Ren 96 in 2, Ross Leslie of South Lanarkshire in 3, Dale Wellstead of Warrender in 4, Solomon Butt of Aberdeen in 5, Craig Bowman of Carnegie in 6, Stuart McIntosh, City of Aberdeen in 7, Felix Gifford of City of Aberdeen in 8, Ross Hughes of North Ayrshire in 9, and Kieran Brand of South Ayrshire in 10. Felix Gifford always powers down the first length.
Yeah, Felix knows no half measures. He's out fast.
Solomon Butt now challenging him in lane 5. Going well in lane 10 is Kieran Brand of South Ayrshire. So they're the 1, 2, 3. Butt and Gifford. First and second. Butt now moving through. Showing good strength there. 52.47. So useful heat swim there from Solomon.
Yeah, nice swim from Schulman. Probably just swimming the travelling or coming back from Manchester out of him.
Gets the cobwebs out the system. Felix Gifford second, 53.19. Craig Bowman third, 53.70. And you always expect Craig Bowman to explode into life in the finals. So that will be interesting tonight. So into the final heat, Cameron Finlayson of Hearts in 1, Jack Ness of City of Aberdeen in 2, Ewan Dunbar of City of Aberdeen in 4, Mark Sharanek of Carnegie in 5, Craig McLean of Carnegie in 6, Jack McComish, City of Glasgow in 7, Ewan Murgatroyd of Dumfries in 8, Scott McClay of Perth City in 9, Angus Marr of South Lanarkshire in 10. Sharanek and McLean 25.53, 25.85 respectively. I wondered whether Craig McLean would really blast it out in this heat, but doesn't look like that's happening. He's content to just be about a metre behind Sharanek, and both of them easing the way towards good lanes in the final without overly stretching themselves. 52.50. So just 300 slower than Butt in the previous heat. McLean 53.69. And McComish taking third, 54.12. That's confirmed as the 1-2-3. We think we may be having a few technical issues with buffering of the stream out from Aberdeen. So can you let us know how your experience of our streaming is this morning? If you could tweet us into #Stags14, just let us know whether you're getting a nice smooth stream through or whether there's any issues. That would be very helpful to us. So we have now the 1500 freestyle for the girls. 2 heats to be swum here. Fairly rare event on the calendar, this one, but a good opportunity for a distance specialist to get a second swim in this meet.
In my opinion, if they have the women's 1500 and the men's 800, they should probably have the 50 form strokes as well. Coming from a 50 specialist, I'm probably a wee bit biased, but...
Okay, well, we'll pass that message on to the organisers, and we'll see what transpires from that.
Maybe next time.
We've got 5 swimmers in this first heat. Sophie Dodd of Dumfries in 3, Ailey Grant, Dundee City Aquatics in 4, Jessica Thompson of City of Aberdeen in 5, Lucy Illingworth of South Ayrshire in 6, and Heather Mulvaney of City of Aberdeen in 7.
Jessica Thompson from City of Aberdeen Lucy Illingworth from City of Aberdeen in 6. Heather Mulvaney from City of Aberdeen.
Lucy Illingworth of South Ayrshire going to have a narrow lead at the 100, I think, from Jessica Thompson of City of Aberdeen. 107.07 against 107.29. Ailey Grant of Dundee City Aquatics, 800 freestyle bronze medalist. Just looking at the swimmers in this one, we've got just the 4 14-year-olds across the 2 heats, 3 of them in this heat. On 15-16s, 2 in this heat, 4 in the next heat. The 17 overs all will go in heat 2, and there will be 5 of them. So reasonably high proportion will pick up medals across the 3 age groups, but it's not really about medals in this one, it's about times, performances. Taking the opportunity to swim this 1500. Cocker Snook at the 50 form specialist, saying You haven't got your chance. We've got ours. 300ths then. Thompson and Illingworth apart, 2:18.92. 2:18.95. So 1:11, well, nearly 1:12 split.
I think it is a good idea to have the girls doing the 1500. I think if they're able to do a strong 1500, then it should relate down to the 800. So it is a good thing to have in the programme.
Well, we've just got the Scottish Swimming Performance Director coming past the commentary box at the moment, so we'll pass on the thoughts of Mark Campbell to him.
He said we should have 54 events if we have the 1500 girls in the programme. You never know.
Quote from Mr. Wyke, you never know. So enigmatic as normal. We'll see what comes from that. You heard the possibilities about that. First on the live streaming here. Now to see Equipu TV. Through the 300 now then, 3:30.72. At 1:12.
The girls 17 years and over, 200 metres breaststroke. The finalists are Olivia White, Rachel O'Donnell, Cara Hanlon, Orla Adams, Hayley Monteith, Hannah Suter.
So just going back to these technical issues that we've been experiencing, so apologies about that if you are being affected by that. What we're going to do is we're just going to go off air for just a few seconds, probably 5 or 6 seconds. So once the screen does freeze on you, if you hit refresh, you should be right back with us. And hopefully that will just get the collywobbles out of the system. So bear with us, please. Hit refresh, and we'll be back very shortly. 4:43.30 at the 400. And the pacing is all pretty consistent. 1:12s. Thompson and so you should be back with us now. So welcome back. Sorry about that little hiatus there. And hopefully that gets any problems out of the system. You've missed a lot. We're just coming towards the 500 mark now in this first heat of the 1500. Girls tracking each other. Lane 5, Jessica Thompson in the green cap of City of Aberdeen. Lane 6, Lucy Ellingworth in the blue of South Ayrshire. And about 8-9 metres back on them, Dundee City Aquatics Hayley Grant in the pink cap. Heather Mulvaney, Sophie Dodd, the other two swimmers. Heather leading Sophie. So we're predicting, I think, something around the 18 minutes here for Jessica if she can maintain this pace. Entered on 18:13.
Their apologies. So Mikey can bring you the finalists in the boys 15 years, 200 metres individual medley. The finalists are Craig McLean.
So about 4 metres the gap now. The biggest it's been for Jessica Thompson. Clock just clipping over 7 minutes now. 600 metres completed, 900 to go, 7:06.98. Still around 1:12, so Jessica's settling into a very nice rhythm here. About 6 metres up on Lucy Illingworth now, so that is gradually increasing. Amy Grant on her own. Sophie Nod at the back, maybe just now closing on Heather Mulvaney. But they are about 30 metres back on the leader. Going through 6:50.
Jess just starting to separate herself from the rest of the field now. All the girls are fairly spaced out. You just got to keep their focus, remember their race plan and stick to it.
It's getting around 1:12.5 pace there. She's constantly matching this. She swam this event last year, Jessica Thompson, silver medalist. So I mentioned we still have a few swimmers in the 15-16 age group where Jess is going, Lucy as well. So she'll need to post a good time here if she is to get on the podium once again. She is doing that so far, though. She's going well. Amy Grant is the leading 14-year-old in this heat. Has every chance of getting on the podium. Just the two 14-year-olds scheduled to go in Heat 2. In fact, actually, just the one. We've had one withdrawal, so Kim Miller is the only one. So Hayley, if she keeps this going, is looking good for the silver medal.
Hayley had a good swim in the 200 freestyle last night. I think she sneaked the bronze medal.
Yep, bronze medalist in the 800 as well. So getting used to appearing on the podium now. Sophie Dodd has gone past Heather Mulvaney in 4th place. So that's potentially for a medal fight as well there. The bronze could be at stake between those two. So some interest throughout this one. And there's just a body length or so separating Sophie and Heather. 1.3 seconds. So see if Jessica Thompson can maintain her 1:12 pacing. So we'll be looking at something around the 10:45 here. Yep, 10:45.99. So actually it's just slipped a little bit. That was over 1:13. About 10 meters up now. Looks like possibly Hayley Grant is closing up the gap on Lucy Illingworth now, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on that one. Lane 6 and lane 4. Only about 3 meters separating them though, 3-4 meters. We'll check on the time difference at this next split. 11:30.67 for Illingworth, 11:33.55, so it's about 2.9. So we'll just keep tracks on that and the next few splits, see if that is shrinking.
I think what Hayley needs to do is try and not just catch her straight away. Try and leave it, stick to her plan, stick to her pace, and if she just goes for it, she's going to tire herself out, and then Lucy will be able to go away from her again.
Tactics very much to the fore here. 12 minutes almost exactly for Jess Thompson there at the 1,000 meters. So the time maybe just slipping back here a little bit. That was a 1:14, so about a second and a half slower than she had been going at. So maybe just going through a mid-race wobble here.
This is kind of new territory for these girls. I know they've swum it before, but it's not something they're used to. Once they've gone past the 800, it's probably quite hard for them to stay focused.
Well, some of these distance swimmers will be going outdoors this summer into the open water season. And this will be good preparation for that as well. Of course, very different conditions going out in the open. You never know what you're going to get, I guess, in terms of water conditions. Anything you ever did, Mark?
Never something that I fancied. You tend to notice open water swimmers swim slightly differently. They sit a little lower in the water. They don't really use their legs too much. It's more all arms. They just use their arms to pull themselves through.
So 400 to go now for Jess Thompson. 13:13.56. So about 1:13.5 there. Let's just check the gap between Lucy Illingworth and Ailey Grant. It's about 2.7, so it's shrunk a little bit. So I think she's taking your advice on board here. Obviously, she didn't hear it, Ailey Grant, but she is just gradually clawing back, although maybe slightly faster now. She's only about a body length back on Lucy Illingworth.
I think she's just trying to do enough to put herself in a position where she's able to race her down that last 100 or so.
So, interesting subplot there as Thompson still some, well, more than 10 meters up now. The gap now is about 1.7, so a whole second taken out of that last 50. As the laps now shrinking rapidly, they'll see the lap cards at the turn end, so the other end from where Jessica's just turned, 14:27.68. So they'll know exactly where they are in the race. Illingworth now, well, she's got it back to 2 seconds there. 14:36.7 against 14:38.7. But you do feel like Ailey Grant is the one with the momentum here, just behind Lucy Illingworth. Still, Sophie Dodd has the advantage over Heather Mulvaney in that bronze medal contest. Now just 1.4 between Illingworth and Grant. Starting to get to the end of the tunnel. This is 1,300 meters now for Jess Thompson. 15:41. Maybe some signs maybe of just picking up the pace again. That was a 1:13.5. That's the fastest we've seen for 200 or 300 now. 2 seconds. Still the gap, 2.1.
We've seen it in the guys 1500 where we had one of the swimmers swimming faster on one side of the pool, maybe where the coach are, where the coach is telling them to speed up. Lucy definitely seems to be swimming faster in the half that's nearest us, near the start end.
So let's just check the gap between them, and certainly bears out your point, I think, there, because the gap 1.2 seconds now, so 0.8 taken out on that length. Let's see whether Lucy claws it back, coming back down the pool. I find that quite bizarre, to be honest. I must admit, I don't really understand that. But it certainly happens. The bell then for Jess Thompson, 16:54.27. So down to 1:13 on that one. You would expect her to wind it up now in this final 100. Don't think she'll get under 18 minutes, but she will certainly improve on her 18:13 entry time. So with 100 to go, I think it could be a good race on now between Illingworth and Grant. So Ailey Grant can afford to put the accelerator pedal down now and see what she's got left to try and go past Lucy Illingworth. Lucy, of course, maybe has kept something back as well to see off any attack. let's just see at the 100 as they turn. 17.41.7, 17.42.9, so still 1.2 Illingworth has to protect her second place. But at the front, it's Jessica Thompson coming to 15 metres to go. The clock just coming up 17.55, so we are going to be a little bit over the 18 minutes, but this has been a very solid swim from City of Aberdeen's Jessica Thompson. She comes in 18.03.71. Looks like Lucy Illingworth being urged on by our coach to the side of the pool has held off Ailey Grant, so good swim from her. She comes in for second place, 18.15.92. And third place, Ailey Grant, 18.17.34. So the top three swimmers all inside their entry times.
Yeah, I think that was quite a clever swim from Lucy. She kept herself enough ahead that it was going to be really tough for Ailey to catch in her last 100. She knew she was coming back, but she just kept enough of a gap that it was going to be a real big effort for Ailey to come and catch her.
Sophie Dodd leads Heather Mulvaney in, so I think that should see Sophie Dodd onto the podium, the Dumfries swimmer. Previously at Carlisle, so crossed over to swim in God's own country last summer. 18.48 for her, Mulvaney 18.51. Of Carnegie in 3, Rebecca Smith of Warrender in 4, Meg Finnan of South Lanarkshire in 5, Charlotte Kiki Anderson of Hong Kong in 6, Abby Houston of Dumfries in 7, Alicia McCracken of First in 8, Nikki Miller of South Lanarkshire in 9, Ailey Duthie of City of Aberdeen in 10. So just sorting out the age groups. Nikki Miller, South Lanarkshire, is the youngest in this field, 14-year-old. So she needs to beat Annie Grant's time to pick up gold. The 15, 16-year-olds are Emily Hewitson in 1, Meg Finnan in 5, perhaps the favourite, although she could be challenged strongly by Charlotte Kiki Anderson. She's in 6 and the early leader. She's also in the 15-16 age group, as is Ailey Duthie on the far side. So 103.59, it is Charlotte Kiki Anderson who leads. About 3.5 seconds faster than the previous heat. Finnan in second place. Rebecca Smith in third. So Rebecca's certainly one of these swimmers who spends her summers swimming open water.
Yeah, and you can see a little bit what I was on about. The open water stroke, she's quite wide. It's quite a high stroke rate, and she's almost on a slope in the water. Her feet are a little lower, and her body's high in the water.
So Rebecca spent the last year down in Warrender, coming down from the Highlands. Skye-based originally. Studying in Edinburgh now. Seems to have settled well into the Warrender programme. It's Hong Kong's Charlotte Kiki Anderson. Leads at 200, 2:11.60, so 68 split. Lane 5, Meg Finnan. Champion in this one last year, silver medalist and leading Scot in the national championships in tall cross. Just Danielle Huskisson, I think, the Stirling-based English girl who was faster than her. Danielle, another one who will be, I think, focusing on open water at this time of the year. Charlotte Kiki Anderson, already gold medalist in the 800 free on day 1. Or was it day 2? I think it might have been day 2, actually, thinking about it. 400 IM gold medalist as well. So she's had a successful week up here in Aberdeen. The Hong Kong team have enjoyed themselves here.
She's looking good at the moment as well. Meg Finnan just on her feet. But Charlotte's looking real smooth.
Meg Finnan, they're tracking there with her. Entry time's only 3 seconds separating these two, so we saw a cracking boys 1500 race yesterday afternoon. That was Ewan McComish and George Clough in the 15-year-old boys age group, where they were absolutely side by side right up until the last 50, when Ewan McComish just showed us what he had left. They're not quite like that here. They're not side by side, but you would expect them to be competitive here. I wouldn't think Meg Finnan will be dropped, but well, just at the moment the gap has increased a little bit. About 3 meters now. Third place still Rebecca Smith. I think she might be swimming on her own in third place here. 400 meters complete. 4:28.55, so 1.3 is the gap now. Another 68. And Meg has just closed up a bit now.
Charlotte, a tall girl, she's really using her size. Stroke so long, stretching out as much as she can.
Just going back to the minor places. Remember, of course, there's medals at stake all the way down the pool here. We've got 3 swimmers pretty close for 4th place here. Lane 3 is Zoe Mitchell. Lane 7, Abby Houston. And Ailey Duthie, rather, in lane 10. Houston, you would think, will probably be the fancied one of those 3 as the race progresses.
Houston's had quite a good week, particularly in the longer events, so she'll fancy her chances against these other 2 for the 4th place.
So Charlotte, Kiki Anderson's split pace just dropped a little bit there, and that's opened the door for Meg Finnan now. She's within a metre of her.
Yeah, Meg will be ready to capitalise on any mistakes. Her race plan will be pretty rigid. Andy Figgins always does a good job of setting the swimmers well up for distance events.
And there's not much in it now, just 4/10 at the 5:50. Charlotte maybe just got a little spring out on that turn. Going back to a body length advantage. Rebecca Smith still on her own in 3rd, about 10 meters back on the leaders. Houston now does just have 4th place over Mitchell. .6:46.47. And just around 16.9 nearly now, so Anderson just struggling to hold her earlier pace, and as a result of that, I think Meg Finnan probably pretty metronomic here. Has pulled alongside her. See who gets the touch on this one. There's not going to be a lot between them. And for the first time, it is Finnan by 300, 7:21.22, 7:21.25. Just again coming out the turn, looks like Anderson just emerges back into the lead. So again, we seem to be seeing the same thing going on with Finnan faster going down the pool and Anderson faster coming back. Well, again, Finnan maybe just closing up here.
Charlotte's just a little bit taller. She's going to be a bit better around the walls. Better spring off the wall.
Not much in it in that turn though, 7:55.20. And side by side now. Rebecca Smith now about 12 meters back, so not quite at the pace of the 2 ahead of her. Abby Houston now has about 6 meters on Zoe Mitchell. Ailey Duffy behind them. So just trying to sort these into age groups. Meg Finn and Charlotte Kiki Anderson will be battling out for the 15-16 gold here. Rebecca Smith looking likely for the 17 and over gold. Abby Houston also in that age group, so only in silver medal position there. And Zoe Mitchell in bronze. Over on the far side, Ailey Duffy in that 15-16 age group. So if she can beat Jessica Thompson's time, then she'd be in bronze position.
Looks like Rebecca Smith will have that gold medal for the open age group sewn up. That gap for Abby Houston just looks a wee bit too much to bridge.
It's also just worth checking on Nikki Miller's split here as he comes towards 800 meters and see how that compares with the first heat. 9:38, so I think it's going to be very close between her and Ailey Grant for that 14-year-old gold medal. I don't think there's much in their times. Of course, it's two separate heats, so I would imagine that Nikki Miller will have no thoughts about Ailey Grant in her mind at the moment. It'll all be about her own swim here. But back to the front, and still it's Anderson and Finn tracking each other 10, 12, 22. Going through 900. And 69 pace still.
She's doing well, Charlotte. I thought when Meg kind of pulled alongside her, she might start to feel the pressure and drop back a little bit, but she's doing well to stay with her. Still in the lead.
Boys 16 to 17 age category, 100 meters freestyle. Your finalists are Sullivan Butt, Kieran Brand, Chris McCall, Ross Gale, Thomas Farrell, Ewan Murgatroyd, Alex Masai, Eddie Watson, Jack Ness, and Ross Hughes.
So the next term will be 1,000 meters. 2/3 of the race complete. Anderson and Finnan still side by side. Great for Meg Finnan to have Charlotte Kiki Anderson here competing against her. Certainly has given her something to concentrate on and a challenge, because had she been there without the Hong Kong girl, then it would have been a lonely race in the front. Maybe she'd prefer that, I don't know.
Sometimes swimmers do thrive in the environment just being out in front by themselves, but in a 1500 I can only imagine it would be good to have someone next to you that was pacing about the same time as you were trying to do.
And pretty rare, I think, that you would get a competitive 1500 like this. So the opportunity, when it does come, you should grasp it, and that's what these two girls are doing. Still about a meter's advantage for Anderson. Coming up to 1100. Counting the lengths down now. 8 to go at this turn. 11:29.38 and 11:29.51. Looks like still around that 68 pace. Just trying to do some mental math then. We're talking around 17 minutes here, I think. Finnan 17:01, Anderson 17:04 their entry time, so they're right on track for that. You may just duck under the 17 minutes here if they can wind it up in the latter stages.
Yeah, it'd be good to see them going under 17 minutes. It's probably a barrier that they want to break, probably something they had in mind when they were planning out this race.
I was talking to Meg's coach Andy Figgins at the beginning of the week and saying that this actually is Meg's last event of the year. She's not going down to the British age group, so this would be a nice sign-off on the distance events anyway, if she could go under the 17 minutes. She will have done a bit of resting for this meet. So gives her the chance, maybe, that there is something that she can draw on in the closing stages. Not sure about Charlotte Kiki Anderson's program after this. Presumably back the long flight back to Hong Kong.
Just 300 to go now. Is anybody going to make the break? Are we going to come down to a final leg sprint?
Rebecca Smith now more than half a length behind the leading two, but almost half a length ahead of fourth place Abby Houston. So, as you said, Mark, I think she has a nailed-on gold medal now for the 17 and overs. Anderson just kicking a bit here. Suddenly she's got a body length lead back on Meg Finnan. So coming up towards the 1300. Looks like Meg is responding. But certainly it's not the 2/10 gap that it was. It's over a second now, 1.1. 14:46.16. And certainly that was a faster split there.
Yeah, she's really kicking on now.
We'll see whether Meg Finnan can pull this one back. She's now got 3 lengths to try and do that. So it was 1.1, the gap at 200 to go. With 150 to go, it's more than that. It's nearly 2 seconds now. So Charlotte Kiki Anderson, the winner in the 800 freestyle at the moment, looks to be the favourite to double that up in the 1500.
Yeah, this is smart racing from Charlotte. She's not waiting till the last 50. She's given herself the lead already. She's trying to break Meg's spirit down, and hopefully she can try and get the win.
So coming to the bell now. Let's check the time. 15:53.48. So she's to get under 17 minutes. She needs a 66 for her final 100. That's eminently doable, you would think.
Doable, but it's going to be it's going to have to be fast. She's going to have to pick it up.
She has been going at 68.69s. We generally hope for a sort of 2 or 3 second improvement on that last 100. But we'll get an idea just how her stroke rate picks up as she turns for home. I don't think there's any doubt now that she's going to take the gold medal here. She's now 4.5 seconds ahead of Meg Finnan. So as a race for first and second, this is over. It's now Charlotte Kiki Anderson against the clock, the target to get under 17 minutes here from her entry time of 17:04. Let's see if she could do that. 10 meters to go. The clock just into the 1650s here. Coming up to the final 5. She's going to do it, I think. 16:57.8, and she comes in 16:58.79. That's an excellent swim from Charlotte Kiki Anderson. Gold medal number 3 in these championships. Meg Finnan, 17:04.76, matched her a lot of the way, but in the end, 6 seconds behind, with Charlotte just kicking away with 200 to go, and that was the decisive break. Here comes Rebecca Smith. She's going to take 3rd in the race, and the 17 and over gold medal coming in 17:28.58. Next home will be lane 7. Abby Houston. 17:47 for her. Very close here. Behind her, on the touch, goes to Ailey Duthie, 17:56.16, just 800ths at the end of nearly 18 minutes of swimming between Ailey Duthie and Zoe Mitchell.
Yeah, good finish there from Ailey. She must have just had Zoe in her sights, and went for her in that last length.
So just looking down there, Nicky Miller, 18:04.39. I think that will be good enough for the 14-year-old gold medal. We will confirm that shortly. The result now confirmed. Charlotte Cookie Anderson taking that one.
Have you got a start sheet for this? Have you got a start sheet for this relay? You can ask in the office if they've got them there.
So just got the one race to go now. The boys 15:08 medley relay. Second heat going tonight. 9 teams involved here. Heat 1, North Lanarkshire, led off by Adam Airley. 2 is Geary with Spencer O'Grady. First in 3 with James Stephen. Hearts in 4 with Andrew Sawkins. Aberdeen with Solomon Butt leading them off, so expect him to go fast. 6, City of Aberdeen B team with Campbell Tooth. St Thomas in 7 with Blair Fotheringham. Stirling in 8 with Jamie Murray. Carnegie B team with James Collier leading them off in 9.
Yeah, Solomon finishing off this morning with this 100 back in the medley relay. You know, a pretty tough morning for him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him come out of that 200 IM final tonight to focus on the 100, but we'll see.
So he is a strong backstroker as well as his freestyle skills, and showing that to good effect here. He has blasted up about a 5-6 metre advantage on the rest of the field. Geary, Hearts and Stirling contesting second place. 1:00.21. Taking it on then for Aberdeen, Alistair Robertson. Geary in second.
Nice takeover from Alistair there.
Peter Holmes going for Geary. Hearts looking good. Jamie Waller on the breaststroke, and on the near side, North Lanarkshire's Liam Buchanan, and lane 8. Stirling's Benedict Tortolano. Maybe be trying to work back this Aberdeen lead now. I don't think Aberdeen have anybody quite at the class of Solomon Butt to come here. I'm sure they wish he could swim again and anchor them at the freestyle as well, but he can't do that.
Tom Bealey in the fly legs, not a bad swimmer as well. He managed to dip under the 60 seconds in his individual race, so not a bad leg in the fly.
And Robertson is holding the advantage by about a metre, although it's been significantly cut by Benedict Tortolano. He's put in a good breaststroke leg for Stirling in lane 8. So they're the 1-2, very close at the turn there, 2:12.96. At the halfway mark. So as you said, it's Tom Bealey taking it on for Aberdeen. He's competing against Stirling's Andrew Irvin. Carnegie B, Cameron Nelson, he's always a stuffy fighter in lane 9. Lane 2, Joseph Miley for Geary. So they complete the front 4 teams. Aberdeen and Stirling doing battle still. Bealey.
Oh, good turn from Bealey, really good turn.
And that's given him about a body length advantage over Andrew Irvin. So it's still very much Aberdeen to the 4. Carnegie, I think, now has edged up into 3rd place ahead of Geary. Tom Bealey is rebuilding that Aberdeen lead now. It's about 3-4 metres, so excellent leg in the butterfly. Final swimmer then for Aberdeen is Murray Quellant. 3:13.45 is the time. He has 3 seconds in hand from Stirling swimmer Scott MacArthur. Carnegie, Aaron Gillen on the anchor. For Geary, it's Finlay Douglas. You think Aberdeen should hold on to this coming towards the final turn. Turns for home 3:41, so the lead still pretty much 3 seconds. So pretty steady for Murray Quellant. They're lining up a little bit behind Sterling. Geary are now up into third place. Hart's coming back into the fray. James Lauder on the anchor leg for them, but it's going to be Aberdeen. They're not going to be caught here, so they were given a terrific start by Suleiman, but the other swimmers kept that going very nicely, and they come in 4:10.21 to take it. Second place, Sterling, 4:11.96. Third place, Hart's coming through strongly at the end, 4:13.84. So that completes the action for the morning session. We've got the presentation still to come, so stay tuned for that. That was for the girls 1500, but unfortunately there a disqualification in that last one. Geary are the team to succumb in lane 2, so confirming the 1, 2, 3. Aberdeen 4:10.21, Sterling second 4:11.96, Heart of Midlothian third 4:13.84. Just a reminder that we're 15 minutes earlier than normal for this afternoon session, so the first swim will be at 12:45. We'll be on air 10 minutes or so ahead of that time, so 12:35 roughly. So you've got some time in hand until then. Stay tuned though for our presentations coming up now, and then you can take a break for an hour and a half or so. We've got the same sort of program with the youngsters this afternoon, so will be some interesting racing in there. Just a reminder of what they are. Girls 200 breaststroke to start us off. Boys 200 IM will be very competitive, I think, with the younger boys. Girls 100 butterfly as well. Boys 100 freestyle. And then relays, our traditional session finish. So that's what's coming up this afternoon. And then, of course, our final session this evening. Again, it's half an hour earlier than normal. Allow the swimmers to get a reasonably sharp exit back home on a Sunday night. So, just a chance to admire this beautiful new facility here at the Aberdeen Sports Village. We did talk about that, and they've really proved to be excellent hosts for these championships, created a terrific atmosphere, Mark.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I mean, it is such a good facility to have up here. Not just the pool, but the whole rest of the sports village is an amazing facility as well. The pool is just the cream on top. Really, it's a beautiful thing, and must be one of the best facilities in Britain right now as a whole.
Yes, so if you do get a chance to visit the Aberdeen Sports Village, it's very well worthwhile. In the dry side, if you like, there's a full-size indoor football pitch, there's terrific athletics facilities, there's outdoor facilities as well, running track, football pitches, and everything you would expect from a first-class facility. Then you go over a bridge to the aquatic centre, this brand new aquatic centre, and you've got two pools. The pool that you're seeing on the transmission here, this 10-lane 50-metre pool, and the separate 6.25 with a very impressive diving facility. Looking forward to exciting things on the diving side in Aberdeen over the next few years.
Yeah, they really have thought of everything as well. It's exactly what it needed to be, I think. The whole facility is just ideal. It's so well used as well.
So we now are going to the presentations for that 1500. David Downey, the SASA president, doing the presentations here.
Your bronze medalist representing Dumfries Dolphins,
Sophie Dodd of Dumfries takes the bronze medal. We thought that a bronze was probably going to her, and that turns out to be the case. Hayley Grant, so a couple of bronze medals, but goes one better here. Silver medalist for the Dundee City Aquatics girl. Nikki Miller of South Lanarkshire from that second heat. Just doing enough to take gold there. So there are 14-year-old medalists.
Another South Lanarkshire swimmer out of the distance breed.
Congratulations, those swimmers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome your medalists.
The 15-16s now. And this was a good race. Didn't really talk too much about that bronze medalist. It's not her first medal. City of Aberdeen's Ailey Duthie.
Ailey must be in the swim down pool. That's her younger sister Ailsa picking up her medal.
Meg Finnan then, silver medalist. Tracked the gold medalist for along the way, but at the end it was the Hong Kong girl Charlotte Kiki Anderson, just too strong in the final 200, and she picks up her third gold medal. But the national champion, of course, goes to Meg Finnan, South Lanarkshire swimmer. So yes, so nice performances there from South Lanarkshire in both those age groups.
Congratulations to those swimmers. Now welcome your medalists and the girls 17 years and over.
The 17 overs next up.
Your bronze medalist.
Zoe Mitchell of Carnegie, the bronze medalist. Just ahead of her is the Dumfries swimmer Abby Houston. And Rebecca Smith, Warrender swimmer, gets gold. So one last shot for the cameras.
Just a small fraction of the distance to what Rebecca Smith's usually used to in open water, but she'll be glad to get the gold medal there.
Yeah, and hopefully that's giving her good preparation for her open water season. We wish her luck with that. And that's just about it from us. So once again, thanks to the supporters of this event, our event partners, Aberdeen Sports Village, our sponsors, Scottish Gas, Speedo and Scottish Salmon, and our support from Sports Scotland. Don't forget how you can engage with us on the Twitter feed, #Stags14, through Instagram, SoundCloud and Flickr. Look for the Scottish Swimming channel. Swim Hub is the place to get it on the Scottish Swimming website, but for now, from me, Duncan McKinnell, from my co-commentator, Mark Campbell, wish you a very good morning. See you again for session 14.
Welcome to Scottish Swimming's official YouTube channel. No matter if you compete or participate in swimming, disability swimming, diving, synchro, open water, water polo or masters, if you're a teacher, tutor or coach, or simply interested in what we're up to, this is the place to find it, from wherever you are in the world. On our channel, you can watch our key events live or on demand, or simply the highlights afterwards, all for free 24/7. If you subscribe, you'll not miss any new videos, so what are you waiting for?
Is a come and try session for open water swimming at the Helix, a brand new man-made lagoon by Falkirk Community Trust. Scottish Swimming is trying to encourage more adults to become physically active through aquatics. This is the start of a much bigger project to try and get more adults involved in swimming.
First time doing open water swimming in a wetsuit in fresh water. You know, I've done a lot of open water swimming in the sea.
I've tried swimming in the sea before, but not in a lake or a lagoon.
I've started doing the elements of triathlon, and this is the last element, the swimming part. That's what held the most fears for me. So having something like this on my doorstep is fantastic.
There's a lot of people are so apprehensive about doing it, and then they come along and they're like, oh, he's that size or she's that size. Oh, I could have been here months ago.
The amount of things and tips that I learned, it's actually took my fear away a little bit. I really enjoyed it.
It was good to learn the techniques of keeping up with the person in front of you, techniques for sighting, all about the energy conservation, which I wasn't really aware of before.
We have a number of what are called masters swimming clubs, and these are clubs for adults to go swimming. It's really about adults getting a little bit of coaching, improving their fitness, and actually just having a really good time.
The whole atmosphere, I think everybody's really up for it and everybody's really friendly.
The tuition, the facilities, and just the camaraderie with the people in the water was fantastic.
The beauty of masters and open water is you don't have to be a really good swimmer, you know. It's all about participation. I know it sounds a bit cliche, but yeah, it's just about getting in there and just having some fun and enjoying it.
This is all about fun, fitness and friendship. The sun is shining, people are smiling, they've all had a great time. The water's even quite warm, and it's just all happening here at the Helix.